Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Iman bin Muhammad Syari from class UP3. My number kat matric is 26 UP 18 F 2002.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nazar Tibi Arifin.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Amirul Azim bin Junaidi.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Izzat bin Muhammad Zan from DUP3.
I would like to discuss about appointment law. First of thing, appointment law has 5 elements. Number 1 is coverage, 2 employment contract, 3 payment of wage, 4 working hours and leave, 5 benefit and rewards. The first is coverage of the act. That means not to government of Malaysia employees, only for private sector which earn less than 20,000 ringgit a month. If more than 20,000 ringgit, considered as employee. That means if engaged in manual labor more than half of his total working hours, operates or maintains any vehicle for the transport of passenger or goods, supervisors or the employees engaged in manual labor. That means domestic servant. Okay, the number 2 is employer and employee. That means the employer means any person who has entered into a contract of service to employ any other person as an employee and includes the agent, manager or factor. The employee is any person or class of persons. Let's talk about contract of employment. Contract of employment is any agreement, whether oral or in writing, and whether expressed or implied, whereby one person agrees to employ another as a workman and that other agrees to serve his employer as a workman. The number 3 is employment contract. That means once accepted as employee contract of service, excited and invocable by law. The different contract of service and contract for service. Contract of service is an employee to employer contract. Contract for service is a contractor to client contract. Terms detail should be expressly set in the contract. Not much in writing, but generally we use it. The terms can be implied and expressed. Implied terms not normally included in contract but considered as a part of contract. Example, with due care faithfully. The express terms is found in letters of appointment. For the example, job designation, wage allowance, benefits, wage period, and working hours.
Next is express terms in a contract of employment, iaitu tema pekerjaan dalam kontrak. The first is job title, next is monetary payment, iaitu butiran kewangan, working hours, tempoh bekerja, next is holiday and leave entertainments, waktu cuti, berapa hari, and then ada benefits and probatory period. Next is pecuniary and non-pecuniary. Pecuniary is wage allowance, commission, payment for overtime, insurance coverage. Pecuniary dia lebih kepada kewangan, and then non-pecuniary, for example, is a rest day and annual leave, berkaitan dengan cuti tahunan. Next is pecuniary benefit. There are many benefit. The first is maternity benefit, iaitu faedah bersalin. Next is termination and leave benefits, iaitu penamatan dan pemayatan. Next is refreshment benefit, berhentian, retirement benefit, persaraan, resignation benefit iaitu berhenti kerja, and hospitalization and insurance benefit, insurans dan hospital. Okay, next is employment contract, iaitu kontrak pekerjaan. Dia ada dua, iaitu changing the terms of contract and duration of employment contract. Changing the terms of contract ni dia menukar kontrak. First is need to get the written consent of the individual employee, iaitu dia perlu mendapatkan kebenaran bertulis daripada pekerja. Second is the terms and conditions of the contract can be only changed by mutual consent, iaitu kontrak ni boleh diubah apabila berlakunya persetujuan bersama. Third is any employer who wish to intentionally change the contract may be accused to breach of contract by the employee, iaitu jika kontrak ni diubah secara sebelah pihak, iaitu daripada majikan, ia boleh dikenakan tuduhan melanggar kontrak. And then is where an employer breach a major term of the employment contract, an employer may claim for constructive dismissal. Majikan dia boleh dikenakan tindakan, iaitu boleh dipecat jika berlakunya perkara ini. Okay, next is termination of contract, iaitu penempatan kontrak. First is section 20A. Either party may at any time give to the other party notice of his intention such contract of service, iaitu mana-mana pihak ia boleh memberikan notis kepada pihak lain mengenai kontrak tersebut. And then section 20, employer has right to dismiss employee without reason providing he gives proper notice. Majikan boleh membuang pekerja tanpa sebarang notis. And then dia ada tempoh dia. First 4 weeks if employee work less 2 years, and then 6 weeks if employee work more 2 years but less 5 years, and then 8 weeks if employee work more 5 years. Next is termination for misconduct. First is section 14, right for employer to dismiss, downgrade or impose any other lesser punishment on employee if he found guilty in misconduct. Iaitu majikan ni dia mempunyai hak untuk menjatuhkan hukuman kepada pekerja. Next, still entitled to half of wage during suspension period. Dia berhak mendapat upah walaupun kerja dia sedang digantung. Next is domestic inquiry. A domestic inquiry in the context of human resources management is a search for truth, facts or consumptions concerning charge alleged by the employer against its employee. It is an inquiry held by the management against its own employee against whom certain acts of misconduct are alleged. Next is breach of contract, iaitu pelanggaran kontrak. Section 15, if employer fails to pay wage, he is guilty of breach of contract, iaitu jika majikan tak bayar gaji pekerja, dia boleh dikenakan hukuman dan bersalah kerana melanggar kontrak. And then 20, if employee found guilty by being absent with the permission, iaitu jika pekerja tak datang kerja tanpa kebenaran. Next is so employees need to provide reasonable reason for the excuse. Pekerja perlu membuat reason yang bermunasabah atas alasan yang tidak hadir kerana tidak hadir bekerja. Jika ada masalah sakit atau apa, kena ada FC. Next is termination benefits, iaitu manfaat penamatan kontrak. First is employee. If the employees want to challenge the termination, he can make claim under Industrial Relations Act 1967, iaitu kalau pekerja ingin membuat penamatan kontrak, dia boleh membuat tuntutan di bawah akta Hubungan Perindustrian 1967. Next is Industrial Code, boleh dibuat di Kod Perindustrian. This is payment of wages, basic wages and all other payments due under the contract of service excluding. First is annual bonus, overtime payments, commission, subsistence allowance, travelling allowance. Next, and then section 18, a contract of service shall specify a wage period not say in 1 month. If the contract does not specify, the wage period will be deemed to be 1 month. Okay, thank you.
Today I want to present about our topic, employment law, wage period and advance. Wage period section 19, wage paid at least once a month. Employer must make payment not later than 7 days after the end of the wage period. Advance section 22, it is unlawful give advances exceeding the amount of 1 month's wages unless the purpose is for the employee to purchase land, purchase, build or improve a house, purchase a motor car or bicycle, and the last is purchase livestock. Next is deduction and track system. Deduction, maximum total deduction must not extend 50% of wages. Number 2, permission from Director General Labour needed for 75% deduction. Track system section 25 means wages must be paid in legal tender to employee account or checks. Next is failure to pay wages. Any employer who fail to pay wages with the employment contract has committed a breach of contract. Section 15. Lodge a complaint at labour debts. File representation for constructive dismissal at industry relation debts. Next is restriction on the places. Wages should not be paid in tavern, shop or store. Next is working hour and leave. Employee should not be required under his contract of service to work. First, more than 5 consecutive hours without a break of at least 30 minutes. Number 2, more than 8 hours in 1 day. Number 3, in excess of a spread over period of 10 hours in 1 day or more than 40 hours in a week. Working hour and leave. Any employee should not work overtime for more than 12 hours per day, inclusive of overtime, or 104 hours in any 1 month. Length of service. Less than 2 years, you can take amount of annual leave 8. More than 2 years to 5 years, you can take 12 annual leave. If you work more than 5 years, you can take 16 annual leave. Length of service. Less than 2 years, you can take 14 sick leave. 2 to 5 years, you can take 18 sick leave. If you work more than 5 years, you can take 22 sick leave. Next is employment of women. May not work between 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. in industry. Entitled to 60-day maternity leave for each birth, up to 30-day leave before giving birth. No wages on maternity leave, but employer must give maternity benefit that equal to her wages. Employer cannot be dismissed during maternity leave. Maternity protection. To qualify for maternity allowance during the eligible period, the employee must been employed by the same employer for an agreed of not less than 19 days during the 9 months preceding confinements. Number 3, have been employed by the employer anytime during the 4 months immediately preceding the confinement and not have more than 5 surviving children. Children and young person. Children under 14 years old. Young person 14 to 16 years old. Employment of children. May work in light work suitable to his capacity. Not work between 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. Rest at least 30 minutes after 3 3-hour working, not more than 6 hours per day. Benefit and reward. Wages, cash payment of their labor. Benefit, both financial or non-financial must stated in other letter. Example, maternity protection, OT, insurance, and allowance. Reward, both financial or non-financial to individual considered deserving. Example, performance award, sponsor to trip, salary increase, and bonus.
The right of employers to expect employees to render the agreed service on the agreed days and time, to expect employees to carry out all work instructions and obey all reasonable and lawful instructions, to expect employees to display good behavior in the workplace, to expect employees to comply with company policy, disciplinary code and procedure, to behave in the workplace in a manner acceptable to the norm of society. The right of employee not to be unfairly dismissed or discriminated, to be provided with appropriated resources and equipment, to have safe working conditions, to receive the agreed remuneration on the agreed date and time, to receive fair labor practice, to be treated with dignity and respect, to live benefit and others basic conditions of employment. Duties of employer: to provide work, to pay the employees, to treat the employee with mutual trust and confidence, take reasonable care for the safety of the employee, reimburse the employee for any expenses properly incurred while at work. Right reference. Duties of employee: implied obligation is an unexpressed, unwritten duty which is imposed by the law, include a duty to serve your employer faithfully, diligently, and honestly, to obey his lawful and reasonable instruction, to keep information about employer's affairs confidential, to perform work with the appropriate level of care and skill. Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994. Benefit of OSHA. Inspection. OSHA inspection are thorough and necessary. OSHA training will make us be able to respond to all safety-related questions concisely and accurately. Penalty. An OSHA inspection can take place at any work with or without advance notice. Quality work. Organization that emphasize the safety of their employees tend to attract higher quality workers with advanced industry skill and knowledge. Increase productivity. With higher safety standard and a general understanding of OSHA procedure, there will be marked difference in employee performance. National Council of Occupational Safety and Health (NIOSH) carry out various training activities such as courses, workshops, and seminars in order to fulfill the industrial workforce needs and wants. The courses were conducted at NIOSH or a client premise. Also offer certificate and trainer course in compliance Permatuhan with the Occupational Safety and Health (OSHA) Act 1994 and its regulations. Registration of employer and employee, collecting contribution, processing benefit claims, and make payment to the injured worker and their dependents. Provide vocational and physical rehabilitation benefit and enhance occupational safety and health awareness of the worker. Responsibilities of designer manufacturer for the same objective. Governed under Section 20, 21, 22, 23 of OSHA 1994, designer, manufacturer, importer, or suppliers of plants or substance for use at work must ensure that, so far as is practicable, they will behave and without risk to health when properly used. They must carry out to arrange for the carrying out of testing and examination to ensure that their plants and substances are safe and without risk to health. Must also supply information about the use for which a plant or substance was designed or formulated, and include any condition of use regarding its safety and risk to health. Occupational injury and disease. The Department of Occupational Safety and Health, Ministry of Human Resources Malaysia, describe injury and disease as follows. Occupational injury, any injury such as a cut, fracture, sprain, amputation, and so on, which result from a work accident or from a single instantaneous exposure to a hazard in the work environment. Occupational disease, a disease arising out of or in connection with work. It includes acute and chronic disease or poisoning which may be caused by inhalation, absorption, ingestion, or direct contact with a hazard in the workplace. That's all. Thank you.